indicate your sensor magnification level. When the corner markers are displayed, the schwall is using 8x magnification. Press the equal sign to change the magnification to 23x. When you did so, note that the corner markers were removed. Return to 8x magnification by pressing the minus sign now. In the center of the display is a horizontal dashed line that indicates your pitch angle. The two solid lines indicate your roll angle. These are useful when you're flying heads down with no external flight references. Press the spacebar to continue. On the HUD, you'll notice that TV is displayed. On the left side will indicate that the schwall is active. Ground mode is indicated in the bottom left corner, and the weapon type is shown in the bottom right corner. In the center of the HUD is your aiming reticle that corresponds to where the schwall sensor is looking. This is a useful reference to help steer the sensor to the target. Press the spacebar to continue. Use your schwall sensor controls of comma, /, period, and semicolon to move the sensor over the small airfield directly ahead of you near the coastline. When you slew the sensor over, press Enter to lock the sensor at the location to ground stabilize it. When you do so, you'll see that KC is shown in the schwall display to the left of the altitude indication, meaning that the sensor is ground stabilized and can be slewed. In the bottom right corner of the display is flight time in seconds for the selected weapon to reach the designated location. In the center of the TV display is a small dashed box termed the target frame. You will want to adjust the size of the frame to best correspond to the size of the target you wish to lock. The size of the frame is indicated on the schwall display in the upper left corner. Try increasing the target frame size by pressing right control and right bracket. Now try decreasing the size of the target frame by pressing right control and left bracket. Slew the sensor to the right end of the airfield and locate one of the two tanks. You may wish to select 23x magnification by pressing the equal sign. When the sensor is within range, it will automatically lock up the target, and the KC indication will be replaced by an AC indication once we pause the lesson. Press the spacebar to continue. On the left side of the HUD, you will notice the range carrier and maximum and minimum range bars of the selected weapon. When the carrier is between the two bars, the launch authorized indication will appear on the HUD and the schwall display. Let's start with the KH-2019 Missle. This is a 12-kilometer range missile with a 685-kilogram warhead that will destroy most any armored vehicle and most bunkers. Once it is launched, it is fire and forget. Press D to select it, and I will unpause the lesson. I have now unpaused the lesson, and you're flying towards the target. If you don't see the AC lock indication on the tank, you may want to try adjusting your frame size and wait until you're a little bit closer. Once within range of the laser rangefinder in the schwall, the slant range to the target is displayed in the bottom center of the display. When you have the LA indication, press the spacebar to launch the missile.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
Nice job. You now have a CAV 500 KR guided bomb sled. This has much less range than the KH-29T, as indicated by the much smaller maximum range bar. However, it has a 380 kilogram warhead and is also a fire and forget weapon. Use what you've learned in this lesson to lock the second tank on the Schwal and engage it with a CAV 500 KR guided bomb. In the previous lesson, we learned how to use your small sensor to designate targets for guiding missile and bomb attack. In this lesson, we will build on that and learn how to use your SWAL to employ laser-guided missiles. In particular, the KH-29L, the KH-25ML, and the S-25L. I currently have the lesson in active pause mode, as before, enter air-to-ground mode by pressing 7. Now that we're in the correct mode, turn on the Schwal sensor by pressing O. This should look quite familiar after the last lesson. All the principles will be the same, except these missiles will require laser guidance to hit their targets. Go ahead and slew the Schwal sensor to the abandoned airfield directly ahead of you at waypoint 1. At the end of the runways are 3 target tanks. Lock the sensor in one of the tanks by pressing Enter.